Hey everybody, I am hopping on this morning because I felt absolutely compelled to talk about freedom from the ego and the ego messages that are so damaging to us all. I woke up just filled with self-doubt today, and I wanted to, be open and talk to you about it, just because I'm a coach and counselor. I'm Helen Hillick's intuitive counselor, and hi there, Vincent. Um, I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual coach, and I really wanted to share today about how the ego was kicking my ass this morning when I woke up, saying, you're never going to make it, online. You're too old. You're too fat. You're too. Who needs to hear what you have to say? Will anybody listen to what you have to say? I'm going to take these glasses off because their reflection is killing me. Anyway, I just was filled with the feeling that I'm not worthy, and that, I'll never get enough followers to matter, and blah, 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 just crazy stuff. And I just started thinking about the freedom from the ego is unbelievably important, because what am I here for? If I can get the contamination of the competition, is my message as good as her message or his message? If I can get the competition out of it that makes me feel ambitious, that makes me feel like I've got to prove something, that makes me feel like I've got to succeed, if I can get the competition out of it and remember that God has guided me to this work, the universe has my back. I am here, it makes me cry. I'm here to be of service to humanity. That's what I'm here for. And that's it. That's my passion, is I want to be of service to humanity. And whether 5 people hear me or 5,000 people hear me, it doesn't make any difference. I'm doing what I'm guided to do. And I wanted to share that because I know other people have that same thing. I hear so often my clients talking about, will that guy that I just met, will he call me back? Did I look hot enough? Did I talk too much? Did I not talk enough? Did I not puff up his ego enough? What about that part that I went out for in that video? Am I going to get it? Am I talented enough? Is that agent going to call me back for a second audition? It's like we are filled with feelings of inadequacy and competition, and our society is just unbelievably rampant with it. Our society tells us that we have to compete. So it's really, really important that we, hey Ryan, love you. I'm talking about how the ego and feelings of competition kick our ass and make us feel inadequate and unworthy. And that I was filled with that feeling this morning, and then I had to remind myself that God has guided me to do this, and I want to be of service. And as long as I remember that, I love you too, Ryan. As long as we remember that, hey Heidi, we're talking about competition and ego and how it kicks your ass, and how it was kicking my ass this morning and making me not feel worthy. And it makes me cry, because I know I'm here to do God's work. I'm here to support the healing of other people. And however that looks is not up to me. It's going to be guided. There's a purpose here. It's going to be guided. Things are going to happen however they're supposed to happen. And the same thing for you guys. Things are going to happen the way they're supposed to. And we have to keep reminding ourselves that only the freedom from the ego is going to help us to make a difference in the world, because we can't be of service, truly of service. Are you really wanting to be on with me, Heidi? I'll see if I can figure that out. Only when we want to be of service, and that's the top priority, are we going to be able to actually be the people that we're meant to be. We just have to be of service, and we have to remember that. So that's all there is to remember. It doesn't matter if I get 10,000 followers on Instagram. My ego would sure like it, but it doesn't really matter as long as I remember that I'm being of service, and pour my whole heart and all my love out every day to you, to all my clients, to all the people that matter. As long as I'm doing that, I'm doing my purpose. And the rest of it's not up to me. It's up to the universe, isn't it? So it doesn't matter if that guy doesn't call you back for that date or that second audition, or you don't get that job or whatever it is. It's like, don't stress over it. It's up to the universe. It's up to the universe. And if you're meant to have that job, you'll get it. If you're meant to have that guy, nothing you can do will keep him away from you. I can't tell you how many times I've said that to clients. And the same thing for myself. You know, I need to remind myself. That's why I'm talking. Nothing can keep me away from my life's purpose. Nothing can keep you away from your right partner or your right job. Nothing. So we can just relax. And the only freedom we have, guys, is freedom from the ego. The ego that tells us that we're not worthy, or we're not, young enough or thin enough or rich enough or talented enough or whatever enough to make it. We have to just let that go, because that's the only freedom we have, is freedom from the ego, and really relying on spiritual guidance. That's freedom, guys. We think that freedom is doing whatever the hell we please, but it really isn't, because the ego is guiding us to do whatever the hell we please 99% of the time. It's guided us to be drug addicts or promiscuous or spend too much money or whatever it is. That's the ego guiding us. We think that's freedom, but no. The real freedom is to be free from the ego and let the spiritual powers guide us. Let God guide us. So I just had to hop on and say that today. And I love you all. From my heart to yours, I'm here to support you any way I can. I hope you all have a great day, free from the ego.